wish on a leprechaun. Right now I would wish that I could speak with an Irish accent so that I could introduce you to today's video in a fun way. So I don't know if you're interested in learning how to paint or draw a picture of a leprechaun. And I don't claim to be the leprechaun expert or the leprechaun artist, but this is how I imagined them. And if you know me, you know that I just love seeing children doing fun things. So I didn't make him an adult leprechaun. I made him a child walking through the park. And it's obviously springtime, which is when St. Patrick's Day always happens, is in the springtime. So the challenge with this one was, of course, the tiny little area. You see how his face is less than the size of my finger now. See? So it's very small. So that was the challenge. You know, make it a little bigger. For if you want to paint it, maybe it'll be a little bit easier. But then, of course, there's the way to make the clothing sort of have a sheen to it, and that was simply mixing yellow and greens and a little bit of Payne's gray also for the darker greens, just so you know. Anyway, I thought it would be a fun one for March 11th. St. Patrick's Day is, what, in the 6 days, I guess? So, yeah, have fun with this one. And it's a long one because it took a long time. But now, if you can speak in an Irish accent, then you can narrate this. So many people I know can do this, by the way, and they're not from Ireland. But here we are. Okay, let me show you how I painted this little guy. Okay, well, good morning. Let's give this a shot here. First, I want to do the leprechaun's outline of his face a little bit. And I'm going to use an orange tone, mostly because he's got orange hair. And I want this to be a child. I think you know that already. So let's just give him a little cute little shape. There. There's our little guy. I'll go ahead and imagine where the hair is. There we go. Okay, now let's paint in some skin tone. I'll add some white to that orange and make it a little bit less orange. Try to keep some light on the side of his face there. There we go, just painting it in there. So do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day where you are? It's kind of a lightly celebrated holiday in my area. But it's just a fun one to, I guess, to have fun with the imagery, the whole leprechaun thing. I am not an expert on this holiday. The other day in church, the pastor asked everybody what was the largest church they've ever been to. And I've been to St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City, but I don't think it's the largest one in the world at all. I don't know how big, like the one in Cologne, Germany looks really big. I've always heard about that one. And of course there's the Vatican. I don't really know much about it, but anyway, so I'm just kind of building his face now a little bit. Try to create some lights and darks on his face. I'm not really worried about it too much. I mostly just want to create a cute leprechaun. That looks pretty cute, I guess. Right? What do you think? We get a little bit of burnt umber. And add it to that orange and make it a little bit lighter. See if I can get a cute little smile in there. Well, let me do his nose first. So there's his mouth. His nose is right about there, I think. Here we go. And his eyes will be right about there. Let me get some of that burnt umber again. A little bit thicker. Real tiny. Real tiny. Here we go. I don't know. I don't know about that. Let me add a little bit of red to that burnt umber and to that orange. See if I can get a little bit of a cute mouth here. Thicker lip. Here we go. Alright, we got a little tiny bit of white right there for his teeth. A little bit. A little bit of white under his eyes. Get a little bit of white on his tip of his nose. Tiny little sliver of black, right? Not black, but burnt. Payne's gray right there. It's a little bit too much. A little bit too much. I overdid it. Okay, let's get some red, I guess. A little bit of rouge on his cheek. Spread it around a little bit with some water. It's a very little area, very tiny little area. All right, I guess that's good enough. And we didn't do his ears yet. He's got ears. They're pretty big too. Pretty big ears. Cute little guy with big ears. It's kind of funny looking, isn't it? A little bit of brown, a little bit of definition in there. There we go. Add a little bit of white to that. Right here, a little bit of white. Down here. A little bit of reflected light on his chin. There we go. Oh my gosh. All right, let's put some of this orange on him. Give him some hair. He's a leprechaun. It's a little leprechaun. Almost looks like Wendy from the Wendy's hamburger place. Starting to look like a girl. Maybe I'll make it a girl leprechaun. You know what? All's fair in art. All's fair. Whatever it is, it is. Just call it artistic license. It does look like a little girl now. Well, that's okay. That's okay. Nothing ever told me there was no leprechaun girls. In fact, there has to be. That's the way God made everything. Two sexes. Oh gosh, I hope I didn't say something that's politically sensitive. I didn't mean that. I meant biologically. You guys know what I mean. Anyway. Yeah, there's got to be a little girl and a little boy, I would think. If there were really leprechauns. Yeah, see, that's the key right there. If there were really leprechauns. And who knows, maybe there are. Was St. Patrick a leprechaun? I don't know. I don't know. St. Patrick seems like a real person. See how little I know about this subject? See how little I know about everything? I really know very little about everything. Just adding a little bit of brown around the edges here. Give a little shadow. When I was younger, my hair was red. Yes, it was. Robin told me she could color my hair so it looks the way I did when I was younger. And I said, I don't think so. I don't think I like that idea. Because, you know, when guys, it works okay for women, but when guys try to make themselves look younger, it just doesn't seem to work. They look like old guys with dark hair. It's okay though. Everything's okay. Well, everything like that is okay. Oh, it does look like a little girl. Alright, now let's put a leprechaun hat on our leprechaun. Use some dark green. Right around here, I guess would come up. Just paint it green. We'll add the other colors in a moment. That's the beauty of using a water-based paint. Any paint, really. You could do this with oil. So what are the traditions of St. Patrick's Day? I think St. Patrick's Day, I know I should know this, but I think it's my son's wedding anniversary. My son and my daughter-in-law. Pretty sure that was the day they got married. So I'll have to drive over there and send him something. Send him a little something. You think that's a good idea, right? A little bit of darkness here. A little bit of darkness, adding Payne's gray to the green to kind of darken it a little bit. Give it a shadow. And I'll do the same thing with the hair. Not with Payne's gray though, I use burnt umber. Here we go. And now the other part of the hat, the part that comes up, goes this way, I think. And then goes a big old circle. Does that look right? Does that look like it's supposed to look? See, I still got some of that black in there, that Payne's gray in there, so it's actually working, so I don't have to go back to it. It's kind of a happy accident. Happy accidents. The legacy of Bob Ross. Alright, let's go ahead and add some yellow to that now. And clean my brush. Get some yellow on there. Yellow right across the front, right across the brim of the hat. Hope you're doing well out there. Just add a little bit of yellow. I might come back to this after I'm done to make it and brighten it up a little bit. Well, let's try and put a buckle on here now. A buckle. Not enough paint on that brush. Come on. Give me a little more paint there. That looks like a little buckle. There we go. There's our leprechaun. A little bit of burnt umber, I think, at the top of the hair to give a little bit more shadow. There we go. All right, let's give him a green bow tie. A green bow tie right here. Green bow tie. Put some yellow in there to give it some depth. There we go. And a little Payne's gray to give it some folds. There we go. And now, let's see. We'll give him some kind of a vest. A little tiny vest. He's a well-dressed leprechaun. A well-dressed leprechaun. Just a well-dressed little guy. Alright, let's add some yellow to that first before we do anything else, so we can build on it. Here's his shoulder. Take that yellow. I'm using yellow very liberally, like as if it's acrylic or oil. Just get that in there. about the rest later. Let's see if we can add some green to it now. This light green, yellow green. Let's get it in there. Get some of that yellow in there. And then get some of this darker green up here on his shoulders. Down on the side here. Get some of this Payne's gray and put it in there between the two halves of the vest. A little bit darker there. Okay. Clean that brush. Let's see if I could use that dirty water just to give some definition to his shirt. Some yeah, I'm just using dirty water here for the shirt. That dirty gray water helps out a lot. We'll come back to it. Here we go. It's our little leprechaun. All right. Let's get some of this. Like his tiny little hand. This is very light, so you might not be able to see it on the camera. I hope you can. I'm doing this light on purpose so I can add some darkness to it, and just a little bit. There we are. Alright, let's put a little bit of darkness now. Onto his hand. The inside of his hand. I'm using yellow ochre for that, by the way. Just a little hint of some fingers. There we go. And we're going to use that burnt umber to indicate the edge of his sleeve. Okay. I got two little hands there. Now let's go ahead and add his pants. His pants. I found another green that I think I could use. It's called deep green. So I'll use some of that for his pants. Alright. It's a little bit thin. It's kind of a thin paint. See, I like the way that looks there. Okay, now coming off of here, got a little bit of a tail, I guess. Not a biological tail, but I made a tail to his outfit. There we go. Alright, now let's just have some fun with this green here. Mix in some yellow. On the side of his pants. What do you think so far? You like our little leprechaun guy? He's looking alright. Let's get some of this green in there. Make sure I get his fingers in there. Okay. Let's see. Boy, this one brand of paint is very thin. Very thin. Give him his green pants. Okay, go. A little bit, smooth that out a little bit. Just those lines on his pants. Reflective lines. Alright, let's clean the brush again. Get the brush really clean. And go ahead and add some of this. Real easy, should be easy. A little piece of his leg that's showing above his sock. There we go. And now let me use some very light Payne's gray. So I'm going to mostly use white. I'm going to lighten it up with, I'm going to use Payne's gray and lighten it up with white. Okay. Alright, let's see. A little bit darker, maybe. It's a little bit too dark. Clean the brush again. Get some more white on there. He really should have green socks, shouldn't he? I don't know why I'm giving him gray socks. Oh well. Let's get some shoes on him. Ooh, it's a very thick paint right there. Alright, that's his shoe. Is it too small? No, that works. I think that works. Alright, let me use a little bit of other color for the other shoe. A little bit awkward looking. Maybe add some dark brown to that to make it look better. There we go. How does that look like for a little guy? I don't know, his feet might be too small. Okay. What did you say? You said I should add buttons to his vest? Is that what you said? Let me try. Let me see if I can do it without ruining it. Oh, it's hard to do it. Okay. How's that look? Here we go, some buttons on his chest. Oh gosh. Okay, we got our guy. Now we got to do the background. And I'm going to use a slightly bigger brush, I think, for the background. Not really sure how I want to do it. Alright, let me start with the sky. See, now I could have done this first and I could have painted him over it, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I'll just give a little bit of a sky here. Nice blue St. Patrick's Day sky. The birds are out. Do you hear the birds? The birds are singing. March 11th, 2025. And it's 8:10 in the morning in Florida. Okay, let's get some of this. Let's get some of this yellow. Kind of put a hill, I guess, behind them. Don't forget that that shirt is there. See, that white that I left there was intentional for the shirt. Gotta remember that shirt is there. Same on this side too, by the way. He's kind of backlit, if that makes sense. There we go. That looks kind of cool, I guess. Let's put another hill here. Slightly greener. Where he is. We want to put him on some kind of a trail. So let's try to define that right now. So maybe it goes like this. Hey, keep that shirt there. Here we go. A little bit of green. So I'm watering it down now. You can tell I'm watering it down. So it's behaving like watercolor. Put some dark Maybe some dark green just behind his arm. Just trying to make it a little bit more defined. There he is. There's a leprechaun. Or a leprechaun. Just keep kind of spreading out the green and the yellows and just trying to create some kind of a grassy environment for our little guy here to be walking through. There we go. Some more green here. Green is the color for St. Patrick's Day. Let's go ahead and add some darkness over here with the Payne's gray. Here we go. Do the same thing down here. Here we go. It's coming around. It's very light. Paint's gray back here. A little darker. A little darker. Let's make some of these trees here. Here we go. Kind of like that. A little darker on some of these. There we go. All right. We'll make it happen. Let's try to get some of these orange tones in here. We're going to use some of that for the brown in the pathway here. Alright, we're going to get some of this very lightened blue here, make a shadow for him. Give him his shadow. The leprechaun sees his shadow. It means it's another happy St. Patrick's Day. There we go. Okay. Keep adding some darks to here. Some dark greens. Some of this green in here. we'll make it happen. Little by little. Little by little, we'll make it happen. Okay. Hopefully it's coming around. I don't know, what do you think? How's it coming? How's it looking? How long have I been doing this? Oh, over an hour. Oh well. Try to make it quick. You really can't make it quick when you're trying to do like some details, like a person. I mean, there's a leprechaun in here. That kind of took some time. I know you know that. So, I will just do it. What the heck? It's my St. Patrick's Day painting. I like the idea that it's a child too, and not an adult leprechaun. Tree right here. Of course, we gotta put some shadow after that. Get a shadow on that tree, right? looks alright. Huh? Let me get that skinny brush again and add some tree definition to the back. Just add some lines. Where the light is hitting. Little tiny lines make it look like trees in the background that are lit by the distant sun, the constant sun, as opposed to the inconstant moon. Alright, now let's try to get some definition here. Some leaves to give it some definition. Maybe I need some more. Of the bright yellow. Definitely need more yellow. Definitely need more yellow. Just paint in some leaves here and there. There. A little more grass here with the sunlight hitting it. I think there should be some Easter eggs, even though this is St. Patrick's Day. You know what I mean, right? When I say Easter eggs, I mean hidden things. So why don't I put a hidden 4-leaf clover? Where should I put it? I'll put it right here. 4 leaves. That's not a very good clover, is it? Oh well, never mind. It just didn't work out. I'm not worried about it. I'm having fun, and I'm liking the way this is looking. Let me make some grass coming out here. Some darker areas. I know what I could add. Some wildflowers. Wildflowers might bring this to another level. What kind of flowers should I put in here? Like daisies, I guess that's easy, right? Little daisies. A lot of paint on this brush, so it makes it easier. I don't even have to go back to the palette. Just kind of paint them in there. You know what? I've watched videos on how to paint, and I mean, this was way back before there was an internet. I remember ordering a set of CDs, DVDs rather, from an artist who was teaching how to paint. And you know, everything you learn from every teacher along the way pretty much stays in your brain, you know. And I appreciate everything I've learned, and I don't use everything I've learned, and I'm not good at everything I've learned. But you know, that little pieces of stuff that I remember come to mind, and one of them was to always go back to the palette, and here I am breaking that rule. But you know what? I'm having fun, and I think what happens when you get older, and I definitely got older, I think what happens is you realize that you were too cautious all your life. I don't mean as far as like jumping off of things. I mean as far as like painting, anything artistic. You were too cautious. You were too afraid that somebody was going to say, "That's not the way you do it," you know. So can I just take this moment to say, don't don't let that happen to you. Don't let it happen where you feel like you shouldn't do something because somebody said that's not the way to do it. Because in your mind, you know, you got an idea. So do it. Just have fun with your art. And again, I'm talking about art. I'm not talking about other crazy things people do in the news. You know, I mean, maybe you could apply what I'm saying to business a little bit. I don't know. A few red flowers in here, by the way. I guess you can tell. I don't know what kind of flowers they are. Now let's put some little orange centers into these daisies. Just a little bit. Give a little hint of springtime. St. Patrick's Day. The leprechaun is walking down the trail. I think I'm done. How long did that take? 81 minutes it says on my camera. Alright, well there's our young leprechaun enjoying a stroll in the park somewhere. Alright, well that was fun. Thank you for watching. What would I have done differently? I guess I could have done his face a little better. But you know what? I feel like I should fix something on his face. I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up though. You know what? I'm not going to touch it. I'll leave it like it is. Alright, there we go. Alright, thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.